Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, Tobaciana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we are going to take a look at the 1954 lighter repair manual, which I have recently uploaded to the website at dependableflame.com. Click on that from the Vintage Lighters menu, 1954 Lighter Repair Manual, and then you can see here that the cover will show up as the feature image on that page. And then we don't have thumbnails of the individual pages. We actually have the entire individual pages published here on this page. So if you wanted to, you could just zoom in to read those. If you don't want to just zoom in to read those, then you can easily click on each individual page and get a full-size image of exactly what the contents of that page are. Now, not only are each of these pages numbered, you have cover, page 1, 2, but each one also has a small description. This one says an industry is born. So that first page is basically an explanation of how the vintage lighter repair industry was born to begin with. Nice little read there, interesting. Some of them will have advertising on them. So where this particular page says how to repair Ronson lighters, it also has advertising for the parts that this particular company, Lighter Parts Inc., that they sold, and buying those parts is what got you access to this 1954 lighter repair manual. So if you're working on a Ronson lighter, then obviously you could click here on this page that has the schematic for a Ronson automatic lighter, and you should be able to discern everything you need from that page in order to disassemble and put this kind of lighter back together. Not only that, but with a Ronson lighter, even if you are using the different mechanisms, if it looks a little bit different, if it's got the long bar like the Adonis mechanism has, the principles by which the clutch spring, the gears, the snuffer, the file wheel, all of these things work together. Those are all going to be the same regardless of how the mechanism looks. There are tables of contents, abbreviations here on page 2, which may come in handy if you don't understand what the abbreviation for something is that you see on one of the other pages. There is a table of contents here for individual brands, and then different styles of lighters. So it will show you there the range on those pages where you can find those individual brand specific or lighter specific pages. You have a very large section on Ronson, including the interchangeability of parts, which you see here, both of the new style parts, and then there's other pages down here which show the interchangeability of the older model parts. So you had the D-Light parts, then a newer system of the mechanism that came along around 1940, and then still another redo of the mechanism, which once again all still works on the same principles. It just looks a little bit different. But that one came in 1953, I believe, with the addition of the Essex, and then a little bit later with the Whirlwind Imperial. The Evans section is very detailed, And it's very helpful for any of the Evans lighters that you might need to disassemble and put back together. Even though they look a little bit different, some of them are going to have fulcrum screws, others have rivets. All three of those Evans mechanisms, whether it's called the roller bearing, whether it's called the Trigolite or the Spitfire, they're basically the same mechanism, just some little nuanced differences. You've got explanations for case combination lighters, the interchangeability of parts, the models that are available for different brands. There you see the different Spitfire mechanisms along with the case lighter combinations, and then the table models down here. But all four of those lighters right there have the Spitfire mechanism on them, or at least the illustration indicates that that is the Spitfire mechanism. Big section on Thorens, large section on ASR, and then other style of lighters like the Zippo, which they put under the category of thumb wheel type lighters. You have a page here with a detailed schematic on the Beatty Jet, which is a really cool lighter that I get questions on all the time. So definitely some help for that you can find there. You see here all these different ASR models and the schematics for each one. So the full size, here you see the midget. I personally have never worked on any of the ASR models. I've had a few, but they were all in good working order when I got them. Down here it goes further into detail about disassembling, how to pull the lighter out of some of those lighter case combinations. The Marathon, striker type lighters. There is a section for roller lighters. Here you've got electrically fired lighters. See if I can find here's the section on the roller lighters. That first page shows the Dunhill. That's going to be the roller light. The next page is the Parker table lighter, which is pretty common, pretty popular, and you see quite a bit of those. Squeeze lighters, which according to this 1954 lighter repair manual, because of the fact that they are riveted together and such a low cost, that doesn't give any repair instructions for those. It just says that you're better off to spend another $2 and buy another one. Of course, if you've got one of those in your hand today, it's not so easy just to go buy another one like you could back in 1954. So there are folks. I just saw a guy in one of the Facebook lighter groups today who had built a jig in order to fix a riveted squeeze lighter. But you have all these different lighters here. You got striker models, flame and air, other butane lighters. It goes through pretty much everything that was in existence in 1954. There are a few models that you're not going to find, some that you might think you would that you don't, but in general, if you can't find the exact model that you're looking for with the schematic to show you exactly what you need to do, then you can probably find a Ronson schematic if it's, say, a Japan-made Ronson clone type automatic lighter. The thumb wheel type lighters, obviously they're mostly all going to be the same, but there are specific detailed instructions for many, many repairs right here in this lighter repair manual, and you have access to this anytime right here on the website, dependableflame.com. Just click on Vintage Lighters and then Lighter Repair Manual. It'll bring you there to that page, and you can browse freely, use it as you wish. link to it if you need to your or from your site if you're trying to illustrate this to somebody else. A lot of good information here. This is the place to access it. Until next time.